So explain the difference between general online marketing and then mobile marketing, because I think a lot of people sort of meld it all into one, and we know that it's two very different animals, and most people are not serving the mobile marketing animal as they should, and it's becoming the biggest animal in the jungle. So talk to us about the differences between the two.
So somewhere I saw a stat that says that more than 40% of US-based businesses, at least, have no web presence, period. I would say that the stat for who have no mobile web presence is a much higher number right now. And that's because I think what happens with a lot of entrepreneurs is that they just finally spent all this money on their website. They feel like, it finally looks kind of like what I want. I'm still not happy, but I'm sick of paying money for this. And there's sort of a head-shaking frustration feeling of, oh, now there's this mobile thing. Didn't you just tell me I had to spend money on SEO? And, there's this real pushback coming. There's this real sense of fatigue in marketing circles because of these kinds of changes. But I don't write the rules. I don't make the changes. I mean, if I had my way, we'd still be on AOL, and it would still be the late 80s. But the way that this all changed, the way everything happened, is that smartphone penetration took off like a rocket. There was no smartphone market until Steve Jobs made one. Before that, BlackBerry was the hottest game in town. Before that, the conversations we had were, how many minutes does your plan offer? Now there's no start or end conversation with a smartphone that doesn't say, what cool apps do you have on your phone? So there's a fight going on now of, are apps better or are websites better? The trick is, for an entrepreneur, especially a small business owner, is you don't necessarily want to get into the app business if you don't have to, because if you stay in the website business, then HTML5, which is getting nerdy for a second, but HTML5 is here and it has a lot of mobile dynamic stuff built into it. What most has to happen is you have to have a mobile-friendly website. The other trick to know, though, this is the one that always trips people up. If you don't pay attention to what someone would want from you when they're on a mobile device versus what they want from you when they're on their desktop, you're missing a huge opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, let's say I run a restaurant. What do you need from a restaurant? You need a phone number, you need hours, you need to maybe see menu. I saw a Boston area restaurant group's current mobile-friendly website, and I asked the guy ahead of time, I said, what do you think sells the best on your main website, your non-mobile website? And he said, pictures. His mobile site had 0 pictures. I said, why would that be true? And he said, well, because the guy who designed it said that it's hard to load pictures. And I said, yes, absolutely. In 1997, it was really hard to load pictures on your phone. Now everyone expects those. So there's a lot of that at hand, Darren. And the problem is it's a little bit like going to the dentist every 6 months. You can't just say, oh, got my website, I'm done. That'd be the same as not doing your teeth every little while.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an operating expense that has to happen.
So we can give some people some tangible things to act on. Give us a few to a half dozen specifics about how to focus on mobile marketing. That, as a starter set, say, okay, if you're going to do mobile marketing, here's 3 to a half dozen things to get yourself started.
Sure. To get mobile marketing started, you have to start by making your basic website mobile dynamic. Right after that, you have to really reconsider all of the print that you're creating and make it more brief. Brevity rules on this new mobile web because, again, we have smaller screens for the most part. The other thing you're going to want to look into is you want to look at making sure that you're addressing the kinds of needs that people are asking for at any one time so that when they're on a mobile device, it's simple to do the thing they most likely will need to do with you. That transaction, it has to be the simplest transaction. Fourth is make sure that your marketing is really clear as to one ask per marketing attempt. So if you're sending out some kind of a message and you want something, make it just one ask so that it's simple for someone to click or simple for them to reply. Newsletter marketing changes in the mobile world because, for instance, a lot of newsletters come from a template that starts with having trouble reading this, click here to view it in a browser. Well, you're already on a mobile device. It's not going to look much better when you click that. So reconsider your newsletter templates and all that for the mobile space. Fifth would be, in the mobile space as well, start looking at whether or not or how you want to engage with people on the various social platforms. Facebook mobile is not such a great experience. Twitter was built around the mobile experience. Instagram is popular, and Facebook bought them for over $1 billion. Is your product or service photo worthy? Is that another way that you can build relationships with people? And finally, I guess, if you are considering building an application and selling an application as part of your mobile marketing, make it something that's useful for the buyer and not useful for your lead generation. Because the problem is most apps that I've seen from corporations tend to be, hey, make sure you buy from us, as opposed to this is useful in any other format.